Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Longhorns will kick it away first. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So Georgia's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Georgia going up tempo. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
After the first down completion, it's 2nd and short.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick...
And it's caught inside the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Catch in the middle. It's Dalton. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
They're bringing heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
So Texas's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And how about this matchup of a couple of guys who just don't get tired and don't mind being handed the football, Jesse?
And I love this matchup, too, because in modern football, it's all about throwing the ball and spread and tempo and air raid offenses. Let's go back to toting the rock, old school, 2 of the best running backs in the business here.
And the defenses now, like, they know the challenge. They know these guys are going to tote it. They got to be physical, committing guys to the box, not letting these running backs have success tonight.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is, Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
The sure hands, it's Williams. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Steps away. He's going to take off. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He's looking to throw. He's right on target. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be dragged down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Georgia comes quickly to the line.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats.
Georgia, 3.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Dalton. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Bully ball on third and short. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do most of the time? They keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. And he could not get loose on the run. They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on third down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. They go to the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
Number 14, on to kick it away.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense.
Running toward the tape. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. And he hooks him up with another first down on the keeper, just the way James Street did back in the old wishbone days.
And I think being at Texas.
A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Texas! PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas 14, Georgia 3.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Off the play fake. Got his man quickly.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Georgia going up tempo. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They're trying to get to it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, and you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Dances away again. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Dogs are on the move. You count up those explosive plays in the game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Pulls and fires complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
I tell you what, as a quarterback, you got to have a short memory. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot, and he throws his first career interception. If I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last, big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next play.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. To the air on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. At the 40, there he goes. And he's finally forced out of bounds. Another first down, and he has just been running wild on this defense.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pulls it in. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Quick strike complete. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Looking to move it through the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On second down, looking to throw. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
Third down coming up.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, Ben. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half, and here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Wide open downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the...
Will take over.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gets open down the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Wants to throw on third. Using the quick game. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense, and you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollock. He really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to 2 guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And just pressure. You got to love the ability to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. And then the cherry on the sundae, Jesse, is getting him on the ground and forcing a long...
He lets one fly deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive player right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Longhorns will punt this one away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This feels like a pivotal moment. Get the ball back on the punt. You need to put points on the board on this drive.
Yeah.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Unloads quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. The offense set for a first down play. The lone back's got it. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Now the pitch. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Hawaii is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Oahu, one of the more majestic places to watch a game in all of college football. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Wyoming. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Running back searching for a hole. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trench.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
How about the draw play? What's the first thing you have to do? You got to sell pass. Everybody believes it for just a second. The running back gets a little bit of space, and once he gets space, you can see he knows how to navigate and get down the field and make a big play.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Floats it out in space. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking to go up top on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's called.
Touch pass on the run. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Trying to barge their way in. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the beatdown has ensued. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a one-yard plunge. Looking for blockers. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? Pressure coming. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. A return there would have just been icing. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Those tackles in those 3-4 defense are usually space eaters that just make sure guys don't get to linebackers. This guy said, no, sir. I'm a nose tackle with some pass rush ability. Gets to the quarterback. How about the sack from the big nose tackle?
On second down, he'll let it fly. Throws to the wideout. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term and trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll try to put it in drive this time on 2nd down from the 22. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Going to try to get it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. And the Bulldogs have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on.
Illegal forward pass off this offense.
He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. They're setting up the screen.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off his spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Gets rid of it. Finds the tight end. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Coach has no choice here. The offense They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, I guess it probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Good timing on the quick out. They get him down after he makes the catch. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Fires it. Complete downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Bringing it back. And the returner is stopped. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase